Hey, what's up? It's your favorite ugly dude on Facebook and YouTube sometimes. It's Razor, and I've been thinking about this all day. I've been a fan of Mass Effect since I think 2007 or 2008. Whenever it was, I got my 360. I think it was 2007. My brother-in-law told me all about it, and I was a big fan of Knights of the Old Republic. And he's like, "Oh, if you like that, you'll like this." And as soon as I got into the character creation and how deep it was for back then, I was pretty well like, yeah, this is pretty badass. So I'm pretty excited about it. I watched some videos on YouTube about it today, and got me even more excited because they announced this on November 7th, which was in 7 day, but there was so much other things going on early November. And so I don't think I even mentioned it on my Facebook page, which is odd because as much as I love Mass Effect, you'd think, well, why didn't you mention it on your Facebook page? You know? Yeah, yeah, good question. I'm doing it now. I'm mentioning it on my Facebook page. I put up as my banner earlier, but I figured why not go live and talk about some of the things I'd like to see. Mostly, there's really not much differences I want to see. I'm hoping they don't bring back multiplayer from three. It was fine. I didn't play it very often. I'm not big into shooting multiplayer at all, really. Gears of War was the only thing I really ever played multiplayer on. I tried doing Call of Duty and when Call of Duty 4 came out, but it's not my thing. I suck at it. I suck. I get mad. I get so angry when I play multiplayer stuff. So I don't do it. So I don't want to see multiplayer from Mass Effect. Um, I don't I don't want to really see any changes to the story, which I don't think they will. It doesn't make any sense for them to change the story at all. So I'm not worried about that. The updated graphics is, and from what I hear, it's going to run smoother, which I didn't notice it running poorly before. Those are some of the things that I really want to see when it comes to Mass Effect. But I hope that the number one thing is here's that poster, by the way. It's just, oh man, it's gorgeous. I love looking at that. And then they had a teaser video that dropped on in 7 day, and they also did a cast like a live stream, a Zoom with everybody that did voices and some of the people who worked on the game, which was really cool. It was like a 2 hour thing. I watched that also. Had both Commander Shepard's Jennifer Hale and the guy who I can never remember his name talking about the project. So, and it doesn't sound like they did any extra voiceover work. So it sounds like the game and all the options will be the same. I just gotta remember in Mass Effect 3 to go to save Jack because I didn't at the first playthrough, and every playthrough I forget about it. I kind of ignore it for some reason, even though I really like the character. But Mass Effect 3 had problems with the endings. There was a couple of them, and I'm hoping because they've also announced that there's going to be a new Mass Effect game coming out, and I don't think it's going to follow what they did with Andromeda because that game did not do well. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a sequel to the trilogy. I just hope that number one, I hope it's not Commander Shepard. I hope you play as somebody else. I hope that we get to play as an alien race. I probably won't, but I like to have the option to, because there are so many awesome aliens. I mean, like first of all, if you're a Mass Effect fan and you want to play as an alien, who you gonna what race are you gonna play as? A Krogan? Uh, I would probably play as well. Honestly, I would probably play as a human because I like the thing is I like getting the experience as close to home as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I played any game where you get to be an alien or a wolf character or whatever, not a human character, I still like playing as a human because it's more like I can relate more to a human than I can uh, an alien of some kind. But maybe if I had to choose, I'd probably maybe a Turian, because Garrus Vakarian is one of the biggest badasses ever. It's one of my favorite moments of the series is whenever you go. I don't remember what planet. I can't remember the planets, all of them. But you go to the one planet and there's Archangel, the sniper, just holding that bridge, and you find out it's fucking Garrus fucking Valkyrian. How badass was that? So anyway, any Mass Effect fans, I'm curious to know what you want to see. But mostly, getting back to what I was saying, because I'm rambling. I want to see a definitive ending for Mass Effect 3, not choose your own ending and then go back and fix it because people bitched about it. I want to see a definitive ending because the new trailer for the new game, which I feel like will be out next year. I mean, the earliest I would say would probably be late 2021, but I doubt that because they're gonna put this out this spring, so it could be anytime from March to May. That gives us plenty of time to play through all 3 games and do my master playthrough, as I like to call it, which I've done before with my Xbox 360 copies. I've played because the best part about Mass Effect, in my opinion, is you can carry over all your decisions from the last game and carry over even though it changes your appearance a little bit, but carry over everything from each game. And that's why I say master playthrough. It's not like Gears of War where there's no options. Every decision you make in Mass Effect can affect what happens in Mass Effect 2 and what happens in Mass Effect 3, which is amazing. What other game? I mean, I think Dragon Age, which is another BioWare game, I think those are the only games that can do that. And I absolutely adore Mass Effect for having those options and carryovers. And so when I play this whenever I get this Legendary Edition, this is going to be my master playthrough the first time. I'll play it for fun too, but I'm going to 100% all 3 games, which I have done before. I'm going to try to get every achievement because there are more achievements. And it's going to be on Xbox 3 or Xbox One and PS4 too, which I really like that they're doing that with the ability to upconvert on Xbox One S and or X or whatever it is. These names are getting dumber and dumber. I'm glad PlayStation goes with numerical order. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Anyway, I'm just really stoked about this. It's going to be a few months. Gives me time to finish Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it gives me time to go back to Assassin's Creed Unity, which I really want to because I didn't give it really a fair shake the first time. It was, God, I got it in 2014, and it was buggy as all get out. So my hopes with playing it now is I know they patched it a lot over the course of a couple years before Syndicate came out, I'm sure, because Syndicate came out the next year. But I've heard it's better. I keep seeing that it's underrated, so I need to go back to Unity and play that. That's the only one I haven't finished. And I miss that style of Assassin's Creed because the new games are not Assassin's Creed. Okay, I keep talking to my brother-in-law about this, Jake, and he's like, "Oh, it's Assassin's Creed. It's just people just want the hidden blade." And there's these Odyssey's not an Assassin's Creed game. It is because of the title, but I believe it was originated as a standalone game. And shit, even Assassin's Creed is not an Assassin's Creed game. It was originally Prince of Persia. So I'm thankful that we have Assassin's Creed. I'm going to do an Assassin's Creed ranking video, ranking all the games at some point. I've ranked them before, and I always put Unity at the lower end of the list because I never finished it. But I'm going to finish Valhalla. I also want to play 3 again because they had Odyssey super cheap during the holidays, so I bought that to have the digital copy on my Xbox. That way I didn't have, because I have 2 Xboxes, one upstairs, one downstairs, and I was tired of having to download it up there and take it back and forth. Anyway, and with that digital download they offered Assassin's Creed 3, which is not everybody's favorite, but I loved it, and I love Connor as a character. He was kind of stiff, kind of whiny, but I kind of like that in my characters. I mean, it's like Anakin. But anyway, I'm really excited about Mass Effect. I'm digging Valhalla so far. I gotta be honest, I just got to England, and all I really want to do is power through the story. The setting is not like, it doesn't interest me all that much. Like they're calling these what are they calling them? The Legendary or the Legends or something like that series, which is Origins, because they take place so far back in Odyssey and the Viking Age. It's just, these things, they don't interest me as much. I mean, I guess Odyssey did the most because of Greek mythology, but I don't know. I'm curious to know what anybody thinks. Leave a comment in the comments. Hit the subscribe button if you're on. I give up on trying to get subscribers at this point to YouTube. But yeah, let me know two things. What's your favorite Mass Effect game? I think overall the second game is my favorite. It was a great balance. The first game was so RPG, which is fine, but the second one was a great balance of RPG and action uh, shooter. I loved it. And then the third game, it was forgettable for me. There was some good parts and everything, but for some reason, it's forgettable. If I go back to play it just for my leisure, Mass Effect game, I'll play the second game. Lots of great characters come up in that one. You know, I think I played the first one the most, honestly, but still, the second one is my favorite story. The ending is great. But anyway, what's your favorite Assassin's Creed game? Mine is probably always going to be Black Flag. I haven't played another Assassin's Creed that's made me as happy as that game did. With the ship battles, the piracy, the setting isn't even my favorite. My favorite setting was probably Syndicate, even though that one isn't very high on anybody's list. Every list I see, Syndicate's usually one of the bottom two, and I get it. It's the two characters aren't great, but uh, you know, fucking the Industrial Revolution and Victorian England. That's awesome to me. I plus one of the things I hate about the Assassin's Creed series is like, why didn't we get a follow up to Shay Cormac, Rogue, and why didn't we get a follow up to Assassin's Creed 3? Ezio got 3 games, but Connor got 1 game, and he was still very young by the end of that game. And I've got questions like, why didn't Shay Cormac and Connor ever like face off? They were on the same time. I know in 1776, Shay was in Paris killing Arno's father, but why did I want to get an Assassin's Creed 3 game, or not 3, but like a sequel to 3 and a sequel to Rogue at the same time, where it's Shay versus Connor, but you play as Connor because Shay is a Templar. So that's something I'd like to see. But anyway, Mass Effect Legendary coming out. I'm hoping March. And March is already becoming big with Justice League coming out and the King Kong versus Godzilla. I've got Godzilla, by the way. There's going to be a definitive winner, and I've got Godzilla. I mean, King Kong, not Godzilla. I don't like Godzilla. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to stream tonight on the Horror Syndicate. If anybody cares, I'm doing my first The Horror Syndicate live episode tonight, and I'm going to talk about Danielle Harris a little bit, mostly just Danielle Harris and her Halloween movies and stuff like that. So if you care, if you want to join in. I'm going to make a promo image. I need to eat some. I haven't eaten since 8:00 this morning. It's 4:30. Boy, this light makes my beard look really gray. It's not this gray. Holy shit. It's the light coming from, there's a window right here. Anyway, thanks for anybody who watched. Not many. Only 1 like, no comments. Awesome. Fuck it.